Hi guys, I literally cannot believe that I've got no makeup on in this video, but today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for you. So I've pinned my hair back away from my face to make it easier. I'm going to be doing a dark smoky eye and dark lips to go with it. I start my makeup routine with a primer, and I'm using the MAC Prep and Prime primer in this video, which gives your face a really nice texture to work makeup into. So I squeeze a small amount onto my hand and evenly distribute the product around my face, making sure that each area of my face is covered. Once that's done, I then use my fingertips to smooth the primer onto my skin. For the primer, I do prefer to use my fingertips to a brush, as I feel like it's only a thin layer of product and doesn't need a brush to do it. So for my foundation, I will be using my Real Techniques foundation brush, and my foundation is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the number NC35. I would normally squeeze roughly 2 small pumps of foundation onto my hand and then using the brush work it into my skin. So I think the MAC Studio Fix Fluid gives a really nice coverage on the skin. As you can see, the foundation is a little bit too dark for my skin, but if you've watched my first video, you'll know that I can't really afford to go and buy another foundation at the moment, so I'm just using a lot of highlighter at the moment to try and even out the skin tone. So the next step in my makeup routine is the highlighter. I'm using the Makeup Academy Pro Base Conceal and Brighten kit in the colour Natural to Medium Rose. I'm using the lightest colour in the palette to apply my highlighter. I'm using the Real Techniques small brush to apply it underneath my eyes. And then I'm going to apply it on the bridge of my nose. I'm then going to apply it in between my eyebrows and evening that out. I'm going to use it under my lips, and then finally I'm going to use it on my brow bone as well. I then take the Real Techniques blending brush and use it to blend out all of the highlighter on my face. I know it looks like under my eyes a bit black at the moment. I'm not sure whether that was just the camera or it was actually like that, but hopefully I blended it out by the end of it. But yeah, just making sure to blend it all out because obviously it's a lot lighter than my skin tone. I just think it gives a really nice brightening effect to those areas that need it. I continue to highlight my face with the Benefit Girl Meets Pearl. Once you take off the 2 lids, you then twist the bottom of the bottle to release the liquid. I then put a tiny bit onto my finger and dab it underneath my eyes and then even it out. And then I'll apply it underneath my brow bone as well, just to give it that shiny kind of highlighted effect as well. My next step is to then move on to the eyebrows using the Sleek Makeup Eyebrow Palette. The first thing I'll do is use the angled brush and the wax, which I'm showing now, which is the dark brown, and use the wax to create a nice outline to my eyebrows. I start on the bottom bit and work my way to the middle of the eyebrow and then work down to the corner. I use the wax mainly just to create an outline and shape, but as my eyebrows are very gappy, I do need to fill them in quite a lot as well. So I do that on both sides, just trying to make sure they're as even as I can make them. My eyebrows are quite different, so it does prove quite difficult to make them as even as I can, but I just kind of use the wax to create a line of the top and the bottom of the eyebrow to create like a definite shape for each of them. Then using the powder brush and the powder in the palette, I dip the brush into the powder and go over the wax parts of my eyebrows, and then use the powder itself to fill in the gap between the top and the bottom of the brow. Using this powder will set the wax as well, which will help the eyebrows last longer. I know these eyebrows aren't going to be for everyone. They are really dark and they are really dramatic, but it's just the way I like my eyebrows. Next I use the Benefit Highbrow, which I absolutely love. It looks loved and very worn. I just think this gives an extra layer of highlight to the top of the brows, and I use the Real Technique brush to blend that in. After doing this, I go back to the Pro Base Conceal and Brighten kit in the light colour again and just really emphasise the bottom of the brow bone. I just think this gives a really nice white looking finish underneath the eyebrows, and then I'll go back over again with the Real Techniques brush and just blend it all out again. So next I move on to my eyeliner. I'm using the Maybelline Eyeshadow Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner 24 Hours. Like I said, I really love this product and I find it really easy to apply. So as you can see, I'm just applying a small line on top of my eyelid and then trying to create a winged effect to the side. I don't know if you could see it there, but I just tried to show you what I try to do is wing the eyeliner out so it matches up level to the end of your brow. So I'm just doing this on the other side as well. I'm not an expert on winged eyeliner, but I think if you just keep going with it and trying to match it up either side, it looks really nice, especially with this gel eyeliner as well. What I try to do with my eyeliner is once I've flicked it out to the side, I try and join the end of the flick up with the middle of the eyelid. I think this just gives like a really good outline for a flick, and it's just a really easy way to apply the gel. Then move on to my eyeshadow, and today I'm going to be using the Revolution Baked Eyeshadow in the colour Pure and Innocent. I then take an angled brush and try and apply the darkest kind of brown colour in the palette, and I'm going to try and smudge that into the crease of my eye. I think this is a really nice colour. It's not too heavy and it's got quite a nice undertone of glitter to it as well. So I'm just going to apply that to either side of my eye, just trying really carefully to make it as even as I can. What I'm doing here is just patting it down with my finger just to try and smudge it out a little bit more as well. Next I'm going to take a small, round, chubby eyeshadow brush to apply this really nice light goldy colour to my eye. Using this kind of goldy eyeshadow colour really emphasises the lightness of the inside of the eye and the darkness of the outside of the eye. If I feel that my eyes still need it, I'll go back over the eyeshadow with the darker colour again into the crease to try and give them more depth. Once this is blended out again, I'll go over again with the lighter colour just to blend out the top of the eyeshadow to the rest of the eye. Next, I move on to my mascara. I'm using the Maxfactor False Lash Effect Mascara in the colour Black. I really love this mascara. I think it really lengthens and thickens your eyelashes, and it's a really nice dark black colour. For this step, I'm just applying a really small layer of the mascara onto my lashes. I'm then moving on to using the Magnifibres Brush On False Lashes. As you can see, there's white fibres on the end of the mascara brush, and I'm just running that through the tops of my eyelashes. As a word of warning, don't try and get it too near the bottom of your eyelashes, as it will get into your eyes. I'm then going back over with the Maxfactor mascara over the top of the Magnifibres and just trying to create quite a dramatic mascara look. My lashes are naturally quite short, so it's quite hard to get them looking quite dramatic, but I definitely recommend this Magnifibres. I think it really helps just improve the length of your lashes and the thickness of them as well. And then continuing to use the Maxfactor mascara over my eyelashes just to try and create an even look on both sides. So I then move on to my bronzer. I'm using the Benefit Hoola bronzer with the small angled brush it comes with. I then suck in my cheeks and try and get a nice defined line on the tops of my cheekbones. I rub that in as much as I can, adding more on if it needs. I think this gives off a really dramatic colour, so you don't actually need too much. I then rub it on the tops of my forehead as well, on both sides and under my chin. Then apply a small amount of bronzer to either side of the bridge of my nose as well. Then using a big fluffy brush, I take the Hoola again and just add a little bit more on. I find using this big fluffy brush just evens out the coverage. Instead of giving just quite a dramatic straight line, it just evens it out a little bit. Then I move on to my lips. I'm using the MAC lip pencil in the colour Currant, and I'm just slowly applying this onto the top and the bottom of my lips. I think it's really important with a dark colour like this to try and be really, really careful with your lip liner. This should just try and make the outside edges look even. For extra coverage, I then just apply the lip liner over the whole of my lips, because I just feel like it gives you a longer lasting coverage and a deeper colour as well. Then take in the MAC lipstick in the colour Media, and this is a matte lipstick as well. And I'm just applying this over the top of the lip liner. As you can see, it gives off a really, really nice deep purple colour, and I just really like it, especially in contrast to my hair. When you're using a lipstick, I think that's as dark as this, I would recommend not to try and do too much of a smoky eye, as I think quite a dramatic eye and dramatic lip can sometimes look a bit too much. So that's the end of my makeup tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you like the end result. If anybody wants to try this makeup tutorial, please show me any pictures of it afterwards, and if you want any more information, just let me know. Thank you so much for watching and anyone that's subscribed, and I'll see you in my next video.